Welcome back to the live stream. I am Keith. It is Live Journey Production Studios, and I'm looking into a prompter right now, even though my confidence monitor is still above it. Obviously, it is another Tuesday. Thank you so much for joining me. Hopefully, more people will jump on, but we're going to roll one way or the other because we have some things to cover tonight. So I wanted to share just an opening tonight. A couple things. Next week, we are going to have our Zoom gathering. So I'll be live at 4 o'clock. We'll get off the air at 4:45. And then you can go over to the link in the description in the video tonight if you have not already subscribed. Everybody who is subscribed to my website is going to get an alert about the Zoom gathering. But if you have not subscribed, there is a link. It goes to my contact page. Just fill that out. If you want to give me a cell number, you can. If you want to just give me your email, that's what I need to give you an invite to Zoom. And so next week at 5 o'clock, we're going to have a Zoom gathering. It's not going to be live, but you're invited. And we'll get a chance to be face-to-face because Zoom lets us do that. So you'll need to either use your phone and download the Zoom app. The link, I think, will open on your phone, even if you don't have the Zoom app on your smartphone, but I'm not absolutely sure. But Zoom is a meeting application, and it is a good tool. So that's what we're going to use. I will be face-to-face with you guys. I'll be moderating the Zoom, but it gives us a chance to be face-to-face. Anybody is invited. Obviously, there's some rules, so I can't... I do have control over who comes in, who doesn't come in. And so obviously the rules are just have a good time and get a chance to meet other people. You get to see their faces. They get to be full on the screen as they're sharing. You could give us a tour of your studio. You could share some new device that you purchased. It could have to do with whatever your hobbies are. You can get your favorite beverage and join me for that Zoom. It's not live. It's just, I don't record it. I don't let anybody record it. It's just literally we get to be face-to-face once a quarter because that's what this is all about. It's really an opportunity for me to have a platform to share lots of things about my streaming world and also about my business as well as my studio and all the things that are happening here at Life Journey Production Studios. I'm in my house, if you don't know that. This is a room in my house that I've taken over for my studio. It's also my office. I do consulting out of here. I do my live streams out of here. I have more than one set that I can do in here. So I have my table set up tonight because we're gonna look at the Foldio 360 a little bit closer up, show you how the app works on the iPhone and how you can take 360 views. Obviously, you'd have to have some devices. I'm going to talk about that. We're also going to look a little closer at this Rode purchase of Mackie because as I've been doing research, looking into that since we talked about it here on the channel last year, that announcement happened the first part of December on both Mackie's page and Rode's page. We're going to look at their announcements. We're going to look at what I think behind the scenes motivated potentially the purchase of Mackie by Rode. And so we're going to take a look at that. We're going to look at some products that Mackie was developing. I don't know if that was as they were having the conversations, if this was planned, but in reality, they're part of a group of purchases now that Rode is a part of. Now Mackie's a part of, and we're going to talk about that tonight as well. So we're going to break down the Foldio 360. I'm going to show you what the accessories cost, what you can do with them, and talk just a little bit about why I purchased it. I also have some shorts that are going to be going up, setting it up. So I have under 1 minute shorts that are going to go up in the next 2 or 3 days. And you're going to see some of those things tonight, but I'm not going to set it up. I'll show you how it comes together on their website, but it'll be a lot of fun. So lots of things happening. Next week, we have a 45-minute live stream. I'll tell you right now what we're going to cover. Then I'm going to say hi to everybody in the chat. Tonight, we're going to be covering the Foldio 360 as well as a deeper look into the products that may be a reason why Rode purchased Mackie behind the scenes. We're going to take a look at that. And then we're going to take an in-depth look at the Foldio 360. We'll be on tonight for about an hour and a half. So I'm going to warn you ahead of time. So get your favorite beverage, go use the bathroom. We're going to get rolling here in a minute after we get a chance to say hi to everyone in the chat. Let me say this first. I should have chat ready to go on the air here. Let's see if this displays tonight. Again, I want to say thank you for attending tonight's live stream if you're on live with me. And I do say hi to everybody as I can, as long as you get in the first 15 minutes. I will, if I spot you later, say hi after that. But I do want to, at the beginning of every live stream, so this is to your advantage. If you have a channel and you are a YouTuber, I'm co-promoting you. So this is not about my channel. I'm not just trying to build my channel, though I thank you so much for subscribing. I thank you for hitting the like button tonight, because it does make a difference. And if you think some of the things I cover, and you've heard this, if you're a YouTuber, you've said it, but if you think some of the things I cover is actually helpful, then let me know. I'm going to hit record, and now we are recording the live stream. So again, I just want to say hi to those of you, but make sure that you say hi in the chat. And if you have not subscribed, you can't chat. So if you subscribe within 1 minute, you can chat with us. I have that on mainly so that we can focus in the chat on the people that normally attend, that have questions, kind of know what the channel is about. And if you want to sit in the background, you enjoy doing that. I see tonight that we have some special guests, so let's just go through here and say hi. It's good to have you, Hank, once again. I hope you guys will consider joining me next week at 5 o'clock on the Zoom call. And if you'd like to be a part of that, just say that in the chat tonight. If I don't have your email, go on to my contact page in the description and fill out the form and put in the subject Zoom, and we'll join you there. So good to have you, Hank, from Bluffton, South Carolina. We have David here tonight. Good afternoon, good evening, David. If you want to share with everybody else where you're from, that's great. Many of you have shared in the past, but maybe there's new people tonight that won't know where you are from. And I do replay the chat. So your questions and our comments are being replayed with the videos on my channel. So keep that in mind. You can obviously delete a comment, and it probably stays up. So keep that in mind. I've never tested that. Good to have you here, Doug. Many of these guys have channels. Doug does have a channel, so go over and subscribe to that. Hank is getting ready to do some stuff. He does have a YouTube channel, so you can go over and watch his videos, and you can go over to Doug's as well. He has a channel. Go over to David's YouTube page and check those guys out. It's good to have UStep Productions here, and hello back to you. I did say hi in the chat earlier, but I want to say hi to you now publicly, and as well as Joe. Joe has more than one channel, so this is kind of his hangout handle. But he does have a great channel, lots of new videos, some new products that he's supporting. So go over, and Joe will put in the chat tonight the name of his channel once again. So Joe, please do that. DJ Ware, it is great to have you. I love your channel. I actually referred your channel to a friend of mine who is have some questions, so you may get someone reaching out to you on your channel that might use my name, and I told them that you have some expertise in the area that they're looking at having expertise in. So I don't know if you do that on the side, but I did let someone know about your channel, and I sent them a link. It's great to have Adam Tao in the chat tonight. If you don't know who Adam is, he is the creator and the brains behind the app I use every live stream called MixFX. And Adam and I have had a chance to hang out in chats before. We've been on with Tony before live, and he has got some really cool things happening in his studio. And so make sure you say hi to Adam in the chat. If you haven't subscribed, go over to Adam's channel and subscribe. And maybe Adam will let you guys know kind of what he's been doing in his studio, and I'll make a comment about changes going on in a lot of the YouTubers that I get a chance to spend time on their channels or talk to them in the background, and I'll comment on that in a minute. And Adam, you can chime in on what's going on your channel if you'd like to here in the chat. Good to see you, Tony, and hi to you as well, my friend. We talked a little bit about Joe and Tony. Shannon and I are trying to figure out a trip to the East Coast, And while we're over there, if at all possible, there's some guys over there I'd like to see that are here on the channel, and that would be a lot of fun. So we'll see if that happens. Tony's got a channel as well, and he just unboxed an item, I think today or last couple days on his channel. It's something that he and Joe are using, and so go check that out on Quick Tech Solutions. Let's see who else is here. Streaming CT, that is Joe's channel. So we've got Joe on here twice, but that's great. So you can go over and check out Joe's channel and subscribe to that. Let me just see if there's anybody else here. My favorite tech, hello, Buckeye, Arizona. Ernesto, good to have you. All awesome to have new faces, obviously new logos. And I do want to invite you guys over to Zoom next week. So next week I'll be on for 45 minutes. I promise 45 minutes because I got to get ready for a 5 o'clock Zoom next week. So tonight we'll be on for about an hour and a half. And love to have you stay with me. After that, I believe Jay has his live stream, TVJ. And I joined part of that last week while I was building my dinner. So that's really cool. Yeah. I'll just take this for everyone that is saying thanks for the shout outs. DJ Ware, I appreciate you putting that in the chat. And I really do want to build the YouTube community. If we're going to be on here, we might as well build the community. Obviously, we can't control all the decisions and things that YouTube does as far as what the algorithms are, how many subscribers you need, how many views you need, how many hours you need to monetize. All of that is on them. That it's their channel, they pay for it. We get to join in and hang out here. And I appreciate YouTube, and I appreciate all the people that I've met because of this platform. And I am very thankful for that. And hopefully that's not too positive, but I really am thankful and to the platform and what it's meant to my world and the new clients that I've met. And it's just been a blast. So this is kind of important. So Tony is saying, Adam, this is a message to Adam Tao. We'll just kind of dive into this conversation. He says, I started using Zoom ISO with desktop video. Version 2 is a major improvement over version 1. And many of you may or may not know, but Adam had got to spend a stint helping Zoom. And it's pretty cool that lots of people are now going to be using Zoom ISO. And if you want to know more about that, Google it on YouTube or search for it on YouTube. And there's lots of videos on that. And you can even go hear bits and pieces about that from some of the channels that are here, like Tony's. Cool. Let's see. U-Step Productions, February 6th at 5 p.m., I presume. Yes. So on February 6th at 5 p.m., I will be on Zoom hosting a meeting. You're welcome to join it. You'll get a link from me if I have your email and you've subscribed to either my channel, which is my homepage. I will just go ahead and show you guys this right now, being we're talking about it. So this is my contact me page, and that's how clients can reach out to me that have never met me before. And that's what I normally use to get your email information. So you just fill this out so I recognize who you are. If you want to put your channel name in the comments, but also put Zoom in the comments. That means I'll copy and paste that into my Zoom meeting right away, and you'll get an invite well before next Tuesday night. If you wait until I'm live next Tuesday, that's why I need that 15-minute window, because there's always someone that comes to live each week that I'm doing the live Zoom meeting. Even though it won't be live on YouTube, it'll be private, but we will be all together in that room. And that's how I find out about it. So I'll have this link next week. I'll talk about it next week in that 45-minute live. And then we will roll over to the Zoom meeting at 5 o'clock. So live at 4, 45 minutes after the hour, we will close it up, wrap it up. I'll roll the outro video, and then I will prep for the Zoom meeting. So we'll be off. It'll be about a 2-hour evening. Usually that Zoom call takes an hour. But if you'd like to share something, you're going to get an opportunity to do that. And the more people that join the Zoom, the limit there will be on how much you'll get time-wise. But everybody gets a chance to share that wants to share. And I thoroughly love it. It's more about a night for me. But I also like the fact that you guys get to meet each other and you're all invited. And that's where you get to show off your studio. It's not live. It's not on social media. It's only in that Zoom meeting. And then again, I don't record it. So whatever you share is in that meeting and should possibly stay there. Okay, so back to me and a logo, and let's put chat back on the air and let's finish this up. So and then if we're talking about Zoom ISO, there's new audio abilities as well as the video abilities. And one of the challenges when you bring someone in on a call, and Tony 100% agrees with this comment, is you want to communicate with the person you're on the call with. And so usually if I do a Zoom meeting, I will, if it's just one person, I'll play my laptop speakers, and that's how I hear them in my studio. I don't play my big speakers because they create feedback immediately, but my laptop does not create any feedback. But having the ability to talk to your audience, if you're going to make that Zoom ISO meeting live, you also need to have audio, and your guests who are joining you need to be able to join you. And there's lots of cool things happening with Zoom ISO. And again, thanks to Adam and the team at Zoom that worked on making those improvements. And that's pretty cool, as well as all the improvements to mix effects that Adam has added and the new updates. It's awesome. Okay. Just to make clear, next Tuesday night at 5 p.m. after a 45-minute live, we will be on Zoom together. Try to get a majority of that done before I know TVJ goes live later in the evening on Tuesdays. So hopefully that won't conflict and he'll be able to join us live for that. So, okay, I think I said hi to everyone. Thanks, Tony, for the update next week. You are moving your sports show to Tuesday that week, but should be able to make the Zoom call. It will be great to have you. And and I see this, Hank, about counting you in. That's awesome. It'll be great to see you again in that call. Okay, so just to review where we're heading tonight, we're going to be talking about, see if I can get out of the way here in the shot, the Foldio 360. We're going to look at that here, including the app tonight. And I want to talk about this. I try to really process what my world looks like and the toys that I've added to my studio, the tools, the toys, whatever you want to call them, and how they've helped me. I try to keep an eye on new products that are coming out. I mean, if there's a better tool for something I'm doing or for my clients, then I almost always try to look at those tools and want to recommend them. I may not buy them. I may not do demos on them. I may not have them in my studio, but if I think they're going to work really well for my clients, if they're live streaming or if they're going to start a YouTube channel or if they're going to do a podcast, and I do consult for those areas. I also have a little bit of knowledge in the area of businesses using Google in more not advertisement on Google and Facebook, though I know how to do that. I usually teach people organic growth. Just for instance, today I got an alert on my phone, and one photo that I took for a client up in North Spokane in the state of Washington has had over 1 million views. One photograph, 1 million views, and I've taken hundreds of photographs over the years for my clients. And so one of the things that I teach lots of times for free, if I'm working with a client in the area of social media, then that's one of the things I teach them. I teach them how to help build their business organically without having to spend any money. It's only time, and you can use the tools that you own usually to do that. And again, I do consulting, so if you ever want a free 1-hour consult and you haven't taken advantage of that, maybe you just like to get more acquainted and take that hour to learn something or figure something out that you've been stuck on, you're more than welcome to use that. Again, it's one free hour consult for each person. It's on Zoom right here from my studio. I don't travel to do those unless someone's within 15 minutes of my house, and then I will sit down and meet with clients locally. And then I share with them 2 programs I have. I actually kind of have a third program that we've developed, a 90-day program, but I have a 90-day program, a 45-day program, and then I have clients that I have for years and years. But most of what I do is train people, get them up and running, and then release them on their way. And I just do not want them tethered. I want to teach people to be self-sufficient. I don't want to create codependent relationships. I want to help people become dependent upon their own skills and the tools that they have acquired. Obviously, they need the help of other people for advertisement and things like that. I get that. I just don't want people to have to be tethered to me going forward. I really believe in helping people get to that next level and then letting them go. If you looked at my logo, there's a light bulb, and you can see the logo right there. It's also got an arrow pointing this way, forward and up. And that's what I'm all about. I will help them move up and forward, help them turn the light bulb on, and then I just want to release them and let them go and grow. Okay. You are slightly out of focus or lighting change. Well, it might just be my prompter having a hard time focusing. Let me just touch something here real quick. Yeah, it's focusing, and I see the box on my face, so it's probably not on my eye right now. I've been trying to keep it just the box on my head, so it may not be as crisp. I apologize, but the lights are a slight difference because I am adjusting for tonight's demo of the Foldio 360. Good to have you here, Street News. Hello. Thank you for coming from Denver, Colorado. I got a chance to live in Denver for a short period of time. So again, thank you for joining us tonight, and my hello back to you. Okay, so tonight we're going to talk about the Foldio 360, the kit. And we'll do that here in a second. U-Step Productions, truly stellar. I'm grateful to have discovered your channel. Well, I'm grateful that you did. And again, I hope you will consume the videos on my channel as they help you. I do have my getting started on the ATEM Mini. One of the things that we're going to put in the Foldio 3 tonight and spin it and let you see how you can make some pretty incredible videos with this tool. We're also going to talk about some things that I discovered in reference to Mackie, some equipment they are creating and how it competed with Rode, and my ideas on why Rode picked Mackie. So earlier I said I'd comment on this. Lots of people are going away from the on-the-desk ATEMs because Blackmagic Design has come out with some updated rack mountable units that have great features. So obviously I understand that. I do a lot of training. This thing's $295 now. This is the ATEM Mini Pro. You can buy the ISO for more money than that. But because this is 4 HDMI inputs, has 2 audio inputs, it has a key, downstream key, an upstream key. It has the ability to do green screen work. It's got a fast HDMI 1 port for gamers, so you can run your Xbox through that and right back out to a monitor, and you shouldn't get any latency to speak of. And then you can plug your camera in to input number 2, and then you could have your other devices plugged in here as well. You could be a PC gamer and do the same thing, but I do a lot of training on this. I have a ATEM Mini getting started. It is obviously my fastest growing video. I get more comments and questions from that video. I also have videos on the HyperDeck, which is Blackmagic Design's video playback tool. And they have a couple HyperDecks that are just mainly designed for recording and playing back. So if you did go with like a 2ME or a 4ME and they don't record, then you could take like a ATEM Mini ISO and go into it and get the SDI model. It'll have SDI inputs here. And then you could use it, an ISO version, to record. So I think these are still valuable. Many people are only using these now for recording their rack mount units, and I get that. I understand it. About 4 inputs is really all you need if you're going to produce videos in your studio and you want to do it later. But I got the ATEM out. I've been training on it with some of my clients, so I unhooked it tonight so I can spin it. I actually cleaned it, but now I've got prints all over it. So obviously we could spend more time chatting, but I do want to say this. Lots of people are not only buying those rack units, but some of them are buying other equipment from Blackmagic Design. They have new green screen products. We've talked about it on the channel. I'm not going to hit on those tonight. They have great new devices. They have new desktop consoles that are available. One even records all 8 inputs, has a lot more audio features, so better inputs in the back. And all that's an advantage of Blackmagic Design. There's other manufacturers making products that you can use for live streaming. There's the YOLO box from YOLO Live. There's other tools that you can use through your PC. Blackmagic Design has cards that you can use called DeckLink cards, and you can use that in a PC or a Mac or like a desktop Thunderbolt portable PC. Lots of people are doing that. So, hopefully that's one of the things we're going to talk about Zoom next week, is that some of you will give us a tour of how you have changed from using a desktop ATEM Mini or ATEM Mini Extreme ISO. They make an SDI of both of these versions. So if you'd rather have SDI inputs and outputs, they make them. And I have videos here on my channel about that as well. But there's also tools for doing the behind the things that we do. Like if you are a YouTuber or you produce videos for your channel, a lot of times you can't find a good still image, or you don't want to use a still image because that photograph may have a license attached to it. You don't want to get flagged for using someone else's photograph. So how do you take photographs of this? And better yet, how do you spin it and get a quality video, either a video or a animated photograph, like a multi-photograph video of this that you can use, one that you can actually touch the screen with your mouse and spin the device so you can spin it around. Well, to do that, there are companies like Orangemonkey who did some GoFundMe campaigns, and because of that, they have some great tools, and I've talked about these before on my channel, but let's just jump into it right now. That's the Foldio 360, or the Foldio, and they make 3 versions of it, but you can see how this goes together. And I'm actually going to show you guys mine here in the studio, and we're going to play with it tonight. We have about a half hour to do that, and then we're going to move on to talking about the Rhodes purchase of Mackie again, part 2, because we've talked about it before. But this is just the Foldio box itself. And if we go up here to Foldio Studios, you can see they have Foldio 1. They have Foldio 2 Plus, which is a new Plus version. It even has a cover for the front, and you can shoot down in this version. And you'll see how big mine is. Mine's the Foldio 3, and you can see it's above my shoulders, so it's quite a large box, and I can cut to that and give you guys this view right here. So it's quite a big box. I'll put myself in there so you can kind of see that. So not only do they have this version, they also have the version that I have. And if you scroll down, you can see this video that they did stop motion of it going together. And they have different backgrounds. I own all their different colored backgrounds. There's some pros and cons of those backgrounds. I'll talk about that tonight. They have a triple LED light in the larger Foldio 3 model. And so it's quite bright. And you can see the dimmable control. I do have some short videos coming out showing me set this up. And I think I'm going to have 7 of those shorts coming out in the next week and a half. Again, they're all under a minute. You guys will see the box tonight and see me use it. But these shorts are going to be actually about setting it up. And I take you through the whole setup process, hooking it up. But they have Velcro that hold the backgrounds on. You can see the white background here, which we're going to demo here in just a minute. So the white background is there. I also have the Foldio 360 turntable behind me. I have the phone hooked up so you guys can see the app and actually see me do a video, 2 types of videos, and a still image of my Batman figure. We're gonna drop in the ATEM Mini Pro, and we're gonna drop some other things in there, a lens. I have a little Batman TV we're gonna pop in there. It's gonna be lots of fun. But again, it Velcros on. And so you can do black backgrounds. So the kit comes with a black background. It's not a hard fabric, it's a soft fabric. And I'll show you guys that here shortly when we get over to the table. You could do drone photos, you could do spinning photographs. As long as it fits in there, you can do a spinning video of it. And if the smaller turntable isn't big enough, then they have an oversized version that you can put in there, only in the Foldio 3, the largest box. You can put that in there, and you can also, if you don't want to use your phone to do your videos, you can use a high-end DSLR, and this fits underneath there so that the infrared can communicate with the Foldio 360, and literally you can use your Foldio 360 app to turn on the turntable, and you can also use the infrared lights for some cameras, and you have to check on their site to see what cameras are compatible. You can use that to communicate, so this gives you the ability, because the little light can't see your camera when you have the big plate on, this just sits, let's get in the photograph here, let's go to me and a logo. This just sits on the table like this, and then your camera can then see the little light underneath it by using this reflector. So this goes on top of the 360 device. That means there's going to be a gap on it, and then this reflector sits on the table you're shooting on, and then your DSLR infrared will reflect off of this. So this is a separate kit, and it also comes with a different background because this is quite wide. So instead of the background going up and down, that kit comes with a background that goes from side to side. So this goes around one side and magnets on. There's a magnet built into this little flap right here. And then when you get to the other side, there is another flap right there. And it has a magnet as well. And then this goes side to side where the white background that comes with it goes top to bottom, and there is some Velcro there for you to attach it. There's 4 little spots of Velcro on the top and back of it, and then there is 2 on the front. Now the downside of these color background kits, and you can see this one has the orange, the green, and this pink, they do not have Velcro. So you either have to use clips or you have to add Velcro to these. So I haven't used any of these yet in my studio, but I have all 3 color kits. And I even have their little portable iPhone stand, which is the best little portable smartphone stand that I've seen for the money. I think it's $59 on their site plus freight, and it comes with the phone clip. And it's a great little stand, and I will be showing you that in a minute. But there's 3 sets of these, and these are sold separate, so you buy a set. Here are the other 2. And I just wanted to show you these. So if you want to do some high-end rings or different devices, you have this beautiful black background. And again, it's 2-sided. So just so you know, you have 2 sides. And so that gives you 6 different backgrounds that you can use. And that's why you want to use clips. If you put Velcro on them, you would be blocking part of it. And I know that's why Orangemonkey did not put Velcro on these, because they're 2-sided, which gives you twice as much backgrounds as you would without it. So you see I got blue on the back of the gray. So if you wanted the neutral gray, you have it there. On the back of it is blue. On the back of white is black. On the back of The yellow is kind of a brown. And so you get 6 colors. And again, on the back of these, I have a chroma key that I can use right there. So 2 types of green, kind of an olive green there and more of a chroma key green there, orange and kind of a light color. And then you got a brown here. And then on the back of the brown is this bright yellow. So again, 6 colors here, 6 types of kind of cool high-end backgrounds, kind of a wood floor there. A black and white, great for like jewelry. And this is great for jewelry too, because it gets you those kind of glowing artifacts, even though it's pretty opaque material. So lots of different options. So 6 there, 6 here, and 6 here. So I do have all 3 sets that are available on their site, and you guys can go check those out. This is not a sponsored video. And then when you buy the regular kit, it comes with the white background that goes vertical, and then it has the black fabric. And again, these have Velcro on them. So these top 2 and the middle 2, they go on the top, and that kind of holds it around the edges. This one is not quite as easy to get on because it doesn't have any kind of rigidity to it, but it does work fine. And it's this type material, so it's very opaque, and that's what you really want when you're shooting on it. And if you don't have the turntable in, which is white, so you don't get different surfaces for the turntable, but if you just want to take a shot of a ring or shot of a device stationary, you can, and then you could actually turn it yourself if you wanted to and take different photographs of it. But it's really designed for shooting without the turntable. If you use all these backgrounds, unless you just wanted a background and not a support. So again, we'll roll this up. We're only going to play around with the white background tonight just because of time, but I wanted you guys to see the accessories here, and I'll turn my lapel mic on here when I turn around and start playing with the Foldio 360. So that's a little look there. Back to me and a laptop. The second thing I just want to cover real quick is the smart turntable. And you can see it's $139. It has a light that goes in the back, kind of a Cyclops Night Rider, but it doesn't go back and forth, and you can increase or lower the brightness. And that's designed to take away the edge of the turntable in the back. The disadvantage of a turntable is it creates shadows, and you can see the back of it if you have a traditional turntable. This was designed specifically to shine on the back wall to take away the line that you would get on the back of the turntable. So when I get my light set correctly, I don't have a line at the back of the turntable. So then I can crop into the shot, and I can get a perfect circular device turning without having any of those lines. And I'm gonna demo that with you guys tonight. So there's that. These are the accessories. I've shared this before, but not to this depth. Here's the tripod that I also have in my kit. We'll be using this tonight. It does come with a phone mount, but this is just showing you the tripod. The legs do expand. It'll get to be, the legs will go about that tall each, and then they compress down. This will lay all the way down to the ground, so it gets pretty close to the ground. And you can kind of see it set up here to take a picture of that drone, and then an idea of the bracket on the top, and then it does come with that phone spring-loaded bracket right there, so you can use it portrait or landscape, and have your phone right in front of it. And they sell kits that have different things in them, so you can buy it as a kit or you can buy them separately. I bought a lot of these things as a kit and separately, but there is the Tripod 50V. And again, I love this tripod for what you can do with it. Here it is being used as a DSLR camera mount. And you can see that's as low as you can get it to the ground. The legs are folded out, articulated, and It folds up really tiny to get in your backpack if you needed to do it, transport it. And there's the different positions the tripod will go into. So not only do they have that, like I said, in the accessories, they also have a microphone I do not own, but they do have this little microphone that's available for $100, and it comes with a stand. And they also have this on-air LED. I do not own it as well, but there's the on-air LED, battery operated, and you can see that they have that as well. They also have certified refurbished products. So if you wanted to buy a Foldio3 for $83 instead of $139, you can right now. It's refurbished. They're sold out right now of the 360 turntables, but they do have those available every so often. So you can save a lot of money. So if you don't want to buy a new one, you want to buy a refurbished one, they're certified, and you can buy them for about 35–40% off, and that is a great deal. Also in accessories, you can get the phone bars, or extra halo bars. You can buy these as a kit with the dimmer, or you can buy them separate without the dimmer. You can buy the dimmer separate. I have an extra set of halo bars. And then here is the phone kit that you can buy as a kit with a stand. So make sure you order that together if you're going to order it. And then they also have accessories here. They have the extension plate, which I already showed you guys. And that extension plate comes with a reflector. You can see it goes right up to the edge. And now your camera DSLR can see now the little infrared light that's on the front of the 360. And then it does come with a spill-proof cap, so you can just wipe it down. And it also comes with that background I told you guys about, and that gives you the ability to cover the cracks in the back when you're shooting bigger items on the bigger turntable, like a basketball or something like that. So, and then if you dig a little bit deeper onto their page, you will find the different fabrics that you can get as backgrounds. I'm not seeing those here in the accessory settings. Let's see, halo bars, halo kit, dimmer controller. Yeah, I do not see color backdrops. And here is their selection of colored backdrops. You can just scroll down those and see the different backgrounds that they have. And again, they are spill proof. And so you could set those down and shoot with those. And each of those kits retail for $29.95, but there's 6 colors in each kit. So, and they're very high quality. Again, you'll have to find a way to attach them to the back. And I think they demo them using clips. So, okay. So that's enough of just talking about the Foldio and what's available on their website. Let's go back to the chat, and then we're going to jump over for the next 15 minutes and actually do some Foldio shooting with you guys seeing it on the screen. But let me just see if anybody else has jumped in and say hi here before we move on. So let's see. It's good to have you here tonight, Eric. Awesome. And also Akil, hello. Thank you for joining me. Let's see. Anybody else? TVJ is here. Let us know, TVJ, if you're having your live stream tonight later. It's good to have you, Sue, at PW, Where the Wind Blows. That's good friends of mine. I'll be with them in Natchez Thursday. We go up there once a month and get a chance to see them usually then. So it's good to have you guys here. That's Wayne and Sue. They're here from the Valley, about an hour and a half from where I live. And let's see, anybody else jumping in the chat? Yeah, so I will say this. Thank you for answering that, TVJ. Aaron Parecki did fix the chat. It's working fine tonight. I reached out to him, and he couldn't figure out what was wrong with it, but evidently he discovered it this weekend. So the chat plugin is working great. So thank you, Aaron Parecki, for fixing that. And yeah, I agree with that. Eric, the refurbished is really inexpensive. I plan on getting a refurbished kit for my grandson, Dominic. What we've discovered is having a kit here limits him. He is going to be using that kit to do some stop motion. That's what his passion is. So we're going to be doing some 1/6 scale figures and some other bobbleheads and things like that. I mean, we might even, I mean, you can't really do much stop motion with figures like this, but you can do 360s of my little Fallout Vault-Tec guy. And, but things that actually can be articulated, like 1/6 scale collecting DC figure, or Marvel or Star Wars, or all the figures that are available out there, actually collector figures. He wants to do some stop motion with those figures, and so I will be using the refurbished set with him. Jay says he's streaming tonight at 9 p.m., so that's great. I'll have to get over there and join you. No particular topic tonight. We'll see what happens. Cool. Sometimes those are the streams that I enjoy the most, though I try to always have topics here on my channel. So this is a great question. Thank you for asking it, Joe. What do I foresee using the backgrounds for? And do you have some products photography on the horizon? Yeah, so one of the things that I discovered, Joe, when I was working with clients, I don't really like to do like photography when it comes to portraits and all that, though I have done them. I'm set up to do portraits. I have a whole bunch of photo deox equipment. I also have Palsy Buff flashes. They're Einstein flashes, the original version. They have a new version of Palsy Buff. He's passed away, but he was a great photo designer, flash designer, had some of the best technology for the least amount of money. And so I invested in his lights. So I have done photography for clients before. I've done business headshots. I have done promo videos. I've done live videos, conferences, back in the day before live streaming. And then I really honed in on live streaming tech because I was running into people like Aaron Parecki and different people that I was following on YouTube that actually were doing live streaming and actually doing live events for people, projecting on monitors. But I wanted to be able to take my business to that level where I can do product photography. So if I am helping a business and they sell products, that I can take photos for them. I have learned over the years, and I said I would comment on that, so I'm going to take advantage of your question, Joe, to comment on this, and that is Google has an algorithm that as you increase your influence, so if I go to a business and I do a review on the Google business page, or now it's the Google map page, they're kind of one and the same, so Google Maps, Google Business. If I go there and I post a review and I put a photograph on there, my influence as a Google person, and I have a YouTube channel and I work for clients, and when I'm posting on their pages, most of what I post when I go to do a photo shoot is through my account. I go on as a client and post on my clients' pages. Now, if it's a product that I'm doing business for and it's not a product that I would purchase, I might just post photographs for them or provide photographs for them. But what I teach is that the photographs that you post for a client and you do a review for a client, those increase your influence as a Google entity, and also increases their influence. So I have a photograph that just went to 1 million views. And what happens is that because I posted it through my account, when those photographs hits these high points, like I've had 10,000, 50,000, 200,000, I get an alert email from Google letting me know that my photograph has hit 1,000 views or 2,000 views, depending on whatever Google sees fit. Well, I got one this week that was 1 million views. I sent it off to a client I don't work for anymore, but I'm still friends with them. They're a contact in my contacts. I sent that picture off to them just to remind them that one of the things that I taught them is how important Google photographs, Google reviews really are for clients. So I do plan on doing photographs. My wife has some products that she sells on her website. I eventually are going to have some products. I'm planning on doing some 3D printing. I want to be able to take 360 views of those for my channel so that I can show you guys those videos. It will be a lot of fun. Like recently, I did this one. Let me see if I have it on my disk here. This always messes up my outro video when I do this, but let's see. Yeah, I did this video on my 360, so let me cut to this shot right here. So I did this on my 360. This is the HDMI to SDI 6G device. I wish I had done this before we talked about it on how to embed audio in video, but this is the converter that I use in my studio. You're gonna see the 1/4-inch jacks coming around right now. And I can do traditional audio, or I can do non-traditional audio, AES audio, and that is the Ultra HD HDMI to SDI 6G converter, and you can actually embed audio in that device. And I was able to shoot that, and I want my channel and the videos that I do when I'm talking about a product by Blackmagic, as I go forward, part of the reason I purchased this is I want to be able to do those kind of videos. So I can bring them on the air and I can show you guys something that much with that much quality, or I can bring it in as a key. And so let's just bring a key on the air right now. And instead of having that in my upstream key 2, let me go to my hyperdeck and let's hit play on this again. And so now I can pop these on the air just simply by bringing them on the air like that, and I can use my key to do that. So I wanted to be able to do those kind of quality pictures. That's why we're talking about it tonight. I don't know if it'll help any of you guys, or if you're listening tonight, either live or you listen to this after it's been live and you're listening to it recorded. And there is my mouse again on the screen. And that's again because I'm sharing my chat on the air right now, and that's showing my mouse displaying from my chat. So if I take mouse or chat off the air, then I can bring my mouse up and down and it doesn't show on the air. So, okay, that's a great tool. If I ever want to point at something in my studio, I literally can put chat on the air and I can use my mouse to itch my nose if I need to, or get a fly off if I need to. So let's get on going here. So let's go to my shot. Let's see, where is it? Overhead and iPhone. So here you go. Says my battery's about to die. So let's play with this. Let's change microphones here. You should have audio. Wow, that's loud. Testing 1, 2, testing 1, 2. That's much better. Okay. So let me just let you guys see my head here in this shot. But this is the app. And you can see right now I have Batman on there. And so if I hit the back button, go back, I can choose any of these videos or photos I've done in the past. So I can go into here and choose a video 360, and then I can adjust the lights. Here's my light control right here. You guys can see that, and I can adjust the lights up and down until I like the shot. Let me change what's in the background here to this, so I can see it right here. And so I can turn the halos on, and you can see that if I turn both these lights off, I can bring this halo backlight up and down. This is the light going out of the back of the turntable, and it helps you get rid of that line. So you can see the line now, but now as I turn it up, you can't see the line. And then as I bring up the overhead LED lights, and there's 3 of them. Those are the halo lights. If I bring the overhead lights up, and then I bring the halo lights on, you can see I dropped my Batman last year and it cracked, and you can see I glued his cape back on. You probably didn't know that. And so now, If I like that, let's just turn the overhead lights down just a little bit, get a little bit more detail and a little bit more black in him. And we'll spin him around here. So he is now spinning around, and you guys can see that on your screen. Let's keep bringing him around here. Okay, we'll stop right there. And you can see on the bottom left, I can go around once. I can click on it, go around twice, and I can go around 3 times. And just because I can use my mouse now, I have chat. Let's do chat on the air. And I can bring my mouse up here, I believe. This mouse right here. So right here, you can see in the app photograph, I can change how many times I want it to spin. I'll change it to 1 again. And I can also go indefinite right here. So you have this spot right here. And this is the ability to bring the bar up and down. That's behind the 360, which is the turntable. And this lets me know if I want to spin it once or indefinitely. So we will click on that on the app. And now it's going to go indefinitely, but I don't want to do that, so we're going to turn that back. And now if I hit record, it's going to, let's position this camera a little better. I'm going to tap on his face to get focused, and now I'm going to hit record. And now it's going to go around 1 time, and it's going to record him. And when I shake the table, his head does bobble. I apologize for that. And the lights are low because the cameras are right now focusing on the right exposure on the Foldio3, not on me, but you can see my face here. So you can see how many seconds it's taken to spin this. So if this was going to be a short video for your channel, you can see how long it takes to spin. So you can spin this all the way around in less than a minute. I can change the speed, which we'll do next. That took 40 seconds, but let's go to 2 times speed and hit record. So now I can spin it around in way less. Again, this will be for my channel. So if I want to do a short and I want to show the device, and I can spin it up to 3 times faster than normal. So this is 2 times faster. Sorry about that, but my battery is about to die. We'll get as much done here as we can tonight, or 3 times faster. So we'll do that. This is full speed. So there it goes, really fast. And all of these are recording videos, and I can play each one of these videos back. And I can bring the videos into my editing software and change the exposure and crop them. But if I do a photograph, so we're going to click on the bars on the bottom right, I'm going to change to phone 360. I can do single shots. And now I'm going to do 24 frames at 3 times speed. Here we go. So it moves, it takes a shot, moves, it takes a shot. And it's going to do this 24 times, hopefully before the battery dies. So it stops long enough for it to take a photograph. And then the Foldio app will put these together into a 360 touchable, controllable, HTML if you want it. But once this is done, I will show you the demo of it. Okay, so we click on the bottom left of the app. Here is that one I just did. I'm touching it with my finger and it's spinning. And then if I go back, here's the 3 times video, 3 times fast. Hit play. And again, I can edit out any lines or any of that, or crop it later on, change the lighting, because this is a full resolution 4K, or actually I can shoot video at 4K if I want to on my phone. So that's 3 times speed and go back. Here's some I did of our 1/6 scale figure with Dominic, my nephew. We'll click on a touchable 360 here and spin it for you. And you can see I can spin these all around. I can get still image photographs if I just wanted a still image. There you go. So we'll go back in here. We're going to edit this, go out. Going to go back to the menu. We're going to go to a single shot, and I'm going to take a single shot. Now I want to turn him a little bit, so I'm going to change this to single speed, and then I'm just going to go a little bit to the side, hit stop, take another shot, spin it some more, hit stop, take another shot, spin it some more, hit stop, take another shot. Let's spin it back the other way because I want to get a straight on shot and another shot. So here are my still images now. I can click into them. So here they are. Each of those still images I just took shots of. Now, if I want to take a still image and edit it, I can go down to the little screw icon and I can edit it, change the lighting. I can go into each of these different settings in here and change them. I can crop if I want to, all using the app and the edges. And then I can go ahead and hit save. And now I have a cropped version of that photograph. So let's unplug this. Let's go back to this view. For some reason, I had two microphones on. I apologize. Okay, I have that charging. Sorry about that. I don't know how that keeps defaulting to having two mics on. I literally turned this microphone off on the front of my ATEM Extreme, but one of my macros is still changing the microphone on and off, and I don't know which one it is. So I apologize for that if you had an echo. But the cool thing about the Foldio 360 is I can do still photographs with my phone, and the phone has great cameras on it now. Mine is an iPhone 13. My wife just bought a 14 Pro. 15 is out. So the cameras are great. They're even better in some of the other brands. They say the Google phones, some of those are even better cameras, and look what you can do with them. So you can do these videos, you can do these spinning videos, and then Orangemonkey will let them upload it to their site, or you can have them on your site. You can also make the files that you need to be able to put them up on your website for your clients. So if you need all of the coding so that that spinning photograph can go in there, they can hold their mouse over that photo and spin it. And so really, videos, still photography, as well as these spinning HTML files are available through Orangemonkey. And again, this is their site right here for the Foldio 360. And if you want to know more about it, you can check the videos that are out there on YouTube about the Foldio. I'm planning on doing a bunch of videos on this product because lots of people are purchasing this product and lots of people are searching for videos for this product. And again, it's a great video photography tool for me and a still tool as well as for my channel if I just want to show you guys some cool footage. Just like this one right here, I can shoot these videos and now they're from my channel, not from someone else's channel. And for me, that's a big deal because I want to be able to do that. So I don't know if the Foldio 360 turntable is something you'd be interested in, but you can buy it separately and you can still use your phone. You can download the app for free from the App Store for both Google and iOS. And so it's a great tool. If you want to put the 360 turntable, again, in a smaller box, you have all three sizes. Again, you have the Foldio Plus, which you can actually have a front cover for in that kit. You have the smallest one, And then you also have their smart dome. So this is about that tall. And so if you just wanted to do jewelry, it's even higher tech. It's got the turntable built into it. So for $399, you can have all exclusive device. I hope they build a bigger one because that's a great thing for small 3D printed devices and things like that. So anyway, I just think it's great. Like there's so many businesses out there that could benefit for me taking photographs for them. Even Aaron Parecki, when he was originally selling his stands for the ATEMs, 3D printed stands, a lot of those photographs that were originally put up, I don't know who took them, but you could get some really cool photographs of everything turning, and they're great for your live stream to show devices. Joe, even for you, if you sent me one of those new web internet, gosh, put it in the chat right now. What's that thing called? It's a bonding device. Even if you sent me one of those, I would be happy to do a really cool 360 inside my Foldio 3 for you, just because you would share it and maybe give me a shout out once in a while on your channel. So with that, let's go back to me and a logo, and let's turn chat back on the air and let me catch up before we move on to talk about Rode and Mackie. And let me just push exposure here real quick, and let's see if we get our lights better. Okay. So, okay, let's go in here. Yeah, 1 million, amazing. Yeah, I should show you guys that photograph. So why I have this set up. There's the photograph, and there is the alert that I got from Google Maps. I think yesterday or today, 1 million photographs. That's just one of many photographs I took. And, but that's the one they decided to send me. And that is a RV dealership up in Spokane. You can see their name. It's Click It RV. And I posted that from my channel. You can see my icon on the top left. So I posted as me on Click It RV's Spokane Google Maps page, and they have a number of locations with a number of Google Maps, one for each city and location. But I did one photograph for them, and it had over 1 million people see it. So if you think that that's not a big deal, it is. And then here is that stand in my hand, and again, it's got the phone bracket. It even has a leveling bulb on it that you could use if you're landscape. And I'm just charging my phone right now because it's about to die. Now, I will say that using it for the Foldio 360 app does burn some battery, so keep that in mind. But there you go. So let's let that charge there, and we are going to move on here. I like when the lights are hot and it's just solid white. Yeah, so you can make it pure white if you want to. Again, if you have auto exposure set on your DSLR, you can use it with a DSLR. Then obviously, it doesn't matter what you do with the light, so keep that in mind. My phone adjusts to it. You can go into the app and adjust it. Sorry, it's hot in here with all the extra lights. I am sweating. So I love it too. I love the high key photography that's capable, and video, still images, video surrounds, and then you can do different size spins. So you can do 24 frames. You can go up more than 24 frames in a circle, so it's less choppy as you spin the device. You can do different resolutions. And there are, I think, some app purchases available as well. So keep that in mind. The app is free, but there are some in-app purchases for doing some of the photo changing. But you could bring it into Photoshop and correct the photographs as well. But the Foldio app from Orangemonkey does some really cool things like creating those spinning photograph files and giving you the ability to export those. So check that out. And there are some in-app purchases. So thank you, Eric. He says, what did I do? I hit the wrong button there. Chat on the air. Eric says, I agree. Wait, those photographs are way better than actual manufacturers provide. Many times, yeah, you'll see some really bad manufacturer photography. And with tools like this, you can do some pretty incredible things. I recently had a picture I took on the LED billboard in Times Square for a week. Wow, that's pretty stinking cool, Joe. So there's no option to output a clean HDMI feed, so you can use the input directly into an ATEM, question mark. In the app, no, Adam, there is no clean HDMI feed, but I could, if you're talking to me about the Orangemonkey camera app, it's not clean HDMI, so you're not going to be able to do a clean version of it in your live stream. But as soon as that photograph's done, you could bring it, you could open that video up and then play it back, or you could export it into a hyperdeck or export it into OBS and play it from there. You could also open up those files inside something like the apps that we use to display our cameras in our live streams. So you have, I can't think of it right now, the iPhone app, they just went to a monthly subscription. And then you have the new Blackmagic Design camera app that does have a clean HDMI setting. So you could just bring those files into an app like that and show them, or play them from your hyperdeck, or bring them onto your website and then spin them from your website. Really, this is designed to be able to use on your website. So if you don't know how that works, there's actually files that you make and export as an HTML, and then that code can be on your site. And then when they click on it with their mouse and they hold their mouse button down, right? Click on it with your mouse, hold your mouse button down with your mouse on it. You can then slide right and left, and that object will spin. So it'll spin with your finger if it's a touch screen, or it'll spin with your mouse if it's not a touch screen. So the code's in the website, and that graphic will spin on someone's page if they're selling a product. Now, obviously doing shirts and doing clothing, there's manufacturers that make full-size turntables and full-size light boxes for models, but that's a whole nother level, and I'm not trying to go to that level. So I can get a 1/6 scale figure in there easy. 1/10 scale figures aren't gonna fit, but I could buy a bigger softbox from a different manufacturer and still use my Foldio 360 turntable and my halo bars. And I have an extra set of these halo bars and a dimmer so that I can add more light if needed, if I'm taking a picture of something bigger. And I can use my other studio lights as well. And I have white backdrop that I can bring down in my garage. And I did all of my wife's photos for her natural pain relief manual. I did all those high key photographs, setting them down in my garage on the garage floor, and then taking shots of those, bringing them into Photoshop, making sure I got out all of the background, all the shadows I wanted out. But this thing does it like that. And so if it's small enough to fit in there, I could do 100 photographs from different angles pretty quickly once I got it set up in there and centered. And their new dome, this dome, one of the things that they did in it that I think is great is that the turntable in it has a center point. You can turn it on in the app, and then you can see exactly where center is. So if you're gonna set a lens down, and I was gonna demo having a lens in it, So there you have, let's just spin this real quick from the app. So I have my lens in there. I can put the ATEM in there. So you guys can just see it in the big screen. So I can use that turntable for any of those devices. And again, if the item is too big, then I can just set this on, and you can see that this is, the 360 is about this big, and this covers all of that. And now I can spin something like a big basketball. And again, the light will still help you get rid of some of the back line because it still will shine out of the 360 into the back and the paper. It's not as clear. You'll still have to key that out later. But again, if I need a bigger platform, I have this. And then, like I said, it's designed to reflect on that side to be able to have your infrared from your DSLR show through. So. Sorry about that. Got that little TV. So I love the little tool. Just a great tool. So, okay, I'm burning all my time on one topic tonight, and I apologize. So, I'm sure there's lots of other cool stuff in the comments. Let's go chat on the air. It wasn't bad. I heard you louder, almost the reverb. Yeah, it's the two channels being on there. Thank you. It's really cool. Thank you for joining us, Adam. I appreciate it. I will drop the Foldio website in the chat. Let me do that real quick. There you go. That'll get you to the site. Even though that is that particular dome, you can back up from there. So what place do you drive by every day, David? Filmic Pro, that's the app I was trying to think of. Thank you, Tony. Let's see here. Not sure exactly what that means, Joe, but awesome. Okay. So at least the chat is working and it's not delayed. I think I've said hi to everybody. I can hear my granddaughter in the background. Let's dive into this other conversation here. And let me open up some pages here. If we go back in time here a little bit, there was this announcement. Let's dab me down here. Turn these lights off of the Foldio. Plug my phone in here. So on both sites, if you go look at it, you have, this is Rode's website and their announcement. Rode Microphones LLC has today announced the acquisition of the iconic American Pro audio leader, Mackie, and you guys can read the rest of that. I will put this link in the description tonight. Then if you go over to Mackie's page, let me find that real quick. Let's go back to Mackie. Here's the same announcement right here. This is from Mackie's page. You can see it in the link up here. Rode Microphone LLC has today announced the acquisition of iconic American Pro audio Mackie. And so it's pretty much the same similar announcement. So, and that's what I want to talk about. I did a little conversation about it when I first saw the announcement in December here on the live show. But since then, in doing research about what's been released and what products are available for podcasting, for live streaming, let's say someone just wants to do a one camera live stream. There are tools now coming available for them. This was the best tool when it first came out, but now there's tools. I mean, this has got some decent audio hookups, but now you can use devices with USB microphones and the like. So if we go back into that same super source and I click right here, Mackie announced these two devices. You have the DLZ Creator and the DLZ Creator XS. And there's some YouTubers that follow audio devices that love the Rodecaster Pro. And if you don't know about the Rodecaster Pro, there they are. You have the original model right here. Next to it, you have the two, which I have two of those in my studio. And I have one Rodecaster Pro, getting ready to sell it to a client of mine. And then you have the Rodecaster Pro Duo, and you have the Streamer X, and they're all on the same page. But if we go back to Mackie, they have this new device right there. This is called the Matrix, or the Mainstream, and they have some software that they're announcing that's going to be released pretty soon. But not only do they have these DLZ products, the DLZ Creator, the DLZ Creator XS, and then they have this new Mackie Mainstream with some of their audio techniques, and that even has programmable buttons on it. So it's like part Stream Deck, part audio device, part video device, because that literally will let you install a video input, or if you're a gamer, you can put a, I believe, a webcam into it. So here's an example. You can go to their website and see these devices. There's the audio software that's available to come with it. You can program the buttons from it. Really, Mackie was doing some cutting edge stuff here. Here's the back. So not only do you have USB-C, you have HDMI inputs, you have two USB-C inputs. One of them is 2.0. The other one, I believe, is 3.2. So you could have a webcam come into the back of this thing. So not only is there the YOLO box, now you have devices like this. And so let's find it here again. Where are you, Rode devices? So this Streamer X device that Rode came out with, it is not, in my opinion, as powerful as what Mackie came out with. So my feeling is there was some stiff, again, I don't know for sure. I haven't read any bulletins. This is just my opinion. There's some stiff competition that Mackie was beginning to create here in the state of Washington with a manufacturer, Rode, that's been around a long time. Mackie's specialized in live sound and studio sound, and they got some great portable sound devices. Mackie has a portable speaker that has 6 inputs in it and a little audio box that comes out of the back of it, so you can use it as a little soundboard. It's crazy what Mackie was doing, and now Rode and Mackie are together. And so I believe that there was some competitive things that were going to influence Rode's devices. And Rode was doing a great job. I've owned 3 different Rodecaster Pros. There's lots of guys talking about them. But the fact that there's these new DLZ Creator with bigger screens and the DLZ Creator XS, great podcasting devices that would be hard not to recommend. And I've been telling people mainly about the Rodecaster Pro 2, which I think is a great device. I recommend it all the time, but this has got some stiff competition now with devices like this one for the Rodecaster Pro 2, and this one. So if you look at the Duo right here, which is Rode's 2 microphone, 2 USB interface, and then you look at what Mackie has available in their new XS device. It's pretty amazing how similar these devices are. They have programmable buttons. They have the ability to do high-end audio. They have the ability to use USB mics. And then they have new devices that will actually let you do video throughput. Pretty incredible. And this device even has programmable Stream Deck-like buttons on it, touch screen on the top, touch buttons, excuse me. So it's pretty amazing. Not quite a Stream Deck, but still pretty intuitive, and it will pass video, and Rode has the ability and has devices now that will do video as well. The Streamer X, which I don't own, but this is my thoughts on this device. Rode purchasing Mackie is going to take it to another level, but I'm going to miss the competition. So for whatever it's worth, I'm thinking that this purchase by Rode was very strategic because there was some competition coming down the pipe and some stiff competition. So Mackie has always had some really cool things available. I'm even looking at their new subs pretty closely. For $900, you can buy 18-inch subwoofers with 1,400 watts. So for a lot of the events that I do I really want to buy a 2,000-watt 18-inch sub, a Yamaha or a JBL or a QSC? Is these new Mackie devices that are available for so much less money, are they going to be quality devices? I don't know. I've never owned these Mackie devices. I've worked with Mackie boards before, but I've never owned any of these devices that you can see here on the screen. But they are quite interesting devices, you know, perfect for podcasting, perfect for using them for multiple computers because they have more than one USB-C input. So again, you can see right there, and they have NDI built into them too, which caught my attention. So 2 USB-Cs, NDI compatibility. Really, really interesting what Mackie was doing over there in Washington, which is where I live. And it's really interesting to me that I don't have more Mackie devices. So I'm probably going to be adding something Mackie to my portfolio just because I'm so impressed with some of these new devices that they came out with. They're already really good with live sound, venue sound, even studio sound, but now they're getting into podcasting equipment, smaller devices, as well as a video type device. And then supposedly they're developing some software, and they already are really good in the software department, but they're developing some new software that's going to work with their new streaming video device, and that's quite fascinating as well. So who knows what that is going to be, but they did announce software coming soon. Where is it at? Right here. The Matrix software coming very soon. The free Matrix software is entirely optional, but extremely powerful. Add up to 6 virtual inputs like Discord, Spotify, and 4 hardware inputs, and route them all to your live stream. So think about that. That's like, you could do stuff like that in OBS. I can do those kind of things with my bigger Studio Live consoles, but not integrated into a computer and be able to bring in those devices. It's pretty interesting what Mackie was developing. So Rode, I congratulate you on your purchase of Mackie and combining yourself, your announcement, and what you're doing and why you guys are joining forces. Pretty interesting stuff right there in that article. And so read up on Mackie, what they announced, read up on Rode, and let me know in the comments if you think that Mackie was giving Rode some stiff competition and that's why they decided to make the purchase. I don't know. It could be. Let me know tonight in the chat, and let me know in the comments if you're watching this after it was live. So let's just catch up here in the chat. I'm going to scroll to the end here. Any other things you would like to say about Rode and Mackie? Do you think Mackie was really giving Rode a run for their money, and that's why Rode purchased them? Do you think they were just feeling it was time for them to combine resources? What are your thoughts? Let me know in the chat. Let me know in the comments. I would love to hear from you because I think it's very interesting. So on one side, it's good because they can join forces and 2 are better than 1. And there's a lot more than just 2 people involved in these 2 companies. But also competition is really good. Like, we're just watching the NFL playoffs because that's what time of year it is. It is the end of January 2024, so the Super Bowl is in 2 weeks. We already know who's playing in the Super Bowl. The 49ers, right, are playing Kansas City Chiefs. And we know it's going to be a great game, but it would be pretty boring if it was only one team showing up. And it would be even more boring if they were just playing their scrimmage games. The fact that 2 major players have worked their way up to that level and they're competing against each other, that creates a lot of things that only competition can create. But also, imagine if you could take both of those teams next year and combine them and take the best players. Would they ever lose the Super Bowl again? Who knows? But I can imagine that what's going to happen with Rode and Mackie is only going to make products and technology and things even better and greater, but we'll see in time. So Mackie has a history of live audio. Rode has a history of recorded audio. I see it has a nice pairing. Thanks for that input, Joe. I appreciate it. So I'll put those 2 links in the description. I think I already have a Mackie and a Rode link in the description, but I'll put some of the other links in there. But you can go on Mackie's site and look at that. Even that new portable speaker, which I think is just the bomb. Let me see if I can find that under products here real quick. Let's see, loudspeakers, headphones, earphones, portable PA systems. Nope, loudspeakers maybe. Forget what the name of it is called. Yeah, so check that out. I can't find it real quickly, but Mackie is doing some really cool stuff. They have phone apps, and I've mixed with their iPad app at live events in the last year. So pretty cool, pretty intuitive. So that's it for tonight. Foldio 360, kind of a deep dive. Played a video that I created tonight from it, both after we made it on my phone, as well as one I made a few weeks ago on the HDMI to 6G 12 or 6G converter, which has audio embedding, which we talked about a few weeks ago. How do you embed audio in video if you don't want to use the preamps in the back of an ATEM Mini, ATEM Mini Pro, ATEM Mini Pro ISO, SDI ISO, Extreme ISO, Extreme SDI ISO. If you don't want to use those preamps, then you can embed audio by using a HDMI to SDI converter. And then if you come in the back of an SDI ATEM, you've already put that high quality right-left audio from your mixer right directly into the HDMI coming into your live stream. And that just means that you can use a high-end mixer to get the best possible sounding audio and bypass inexpensive preamps in an ATEM. And we talked about that here a number of weeks back live. So again, thank you so much for tuning in. Next week, I will be live. We're going to talk about using this lens with my Elgato Prompter. Can I use a prime 100mm lens? How far am I going to have to be? Can I still read my prompter? We're going to test this next week at the beginning of next week's live stream for 45 minutes. Then we're going to open up this package next week. So I got to hold it for a whole week. And we're going to install my shotgun microphone, which I've had for years, which is Rode, by the way. Rode microphone. I'll give you a quick peek in my cigar case here. It's not a cigar, but there is my high-end condenser microphone by Rode. It is a great tool. We'll talk about mounts because there's a mount in that bag, but I have my blimp. We're going to talk about this blimp and what do you use it for live video, as well as what is really a dead cat. And then we're going to open this bag and we're going to do some installing, and it may just have to do with a new microphone that will be hooked up in my studio all the time. So that and the prompter with a 100mm and an 85mm lens. And my 85mm I can get closer to, and it's a 1.2 aperture. So it's going to be pretty cool to test that 85mm here in the studio and see how far away I have to be in order to get this same picture that you guys have right now. And that's what we're going to be trying to do. And I'll probably have to be clear across the room and still not get this framing with my 100mm, but my 85mm, we may be able to pull it off, but I might be sitting back in that corner next week when we launch. You'll have to come live to see how far away I am when we go live next week. So at 5 o'clock next week, 45 minutes of live streaming. And then we're going to go into a Zoom call, and the link is in the description tonight. So if you want to join me in the Zoom call, which will not be live on the air, but we'll be live together. If you'd like to be a part of that, make sure you subscribe and go to my website, which is right here. Fill this form out, name, phone number, email. If you don't want to give me your cell phone, that's fine. This is what my clients fill out when they're contacting me. And then in the comments down here, put your channel name so I can recognize who you are if your channel is named differently from you. And then also put down in here in the comments that you want to join the Zoom next Tuesday night, which is February 6th at 5 p.m. my time. We'll be live at 4, off the air at 4:45, and then we'll be together on a Zoom call at 5 o'clock right here in February 2024. And I hope you'll join me. I hope you'll go over and fill out the form tonight. And make sure you put Zoom in the comments so I know that you're wanting to join that Zoom call. That's it. I'm going to go make some dinner. You guys are great. I love being live together. I love all of the comments, everything everybody's been saying in the chat. Let's just see here. There you go. Thank you as well, Tony. I appreciate you. I hope you guys have a blast tonight over on TVJ's live stream. He is in the chat tonight, so check that out. That's at 9 o'clock. Tony is going to have his sports show going on next Tuesday at 4 p.m. So go check out Tony's channel and find out more information. You can put that in the chat right now, Tony, if you'd like. What is the name of that channel that you produce next week? And Tony's using all kinds of new equipment in his studio. So if you want to see what that equipment's able to do before the Zoom call next week, and then talk to Tony in the Zoom call. Hopefully, Tony, you will be able to be here. Then you can see a sample before that and skip my live stream. Go check that out and then come back in the live next week, or you can check it out later on the YouTube channel that it's posted on. So, okay. It's been amazing. Great to have you guys. There's the link to go over to Orangemonkey if you want to check that out. But thank you so much, guys, for joining me. I hope you enjoyed seeing that Foldio 360 in the paces tonight. And I hope you go check it out and see if that's something that you want to add to your studio. I will have some Amazon associate links in the description later tonight. I really would appreciate if you use those if you do decide to purchase anything. I just ran out of time today to get all that up there. So awesome. Okay. Well, my chat in my computer is not is doing its thing again. Aaron Parecki, what's going on here? But there we go. Pop that up there real quick. We're doing a show tomorrow on MMA. Next week, have Jerome the Bus Bettis as a guest for the Super Bowl show. That's cool. So Bettis, Jerome, that's a great guest. That's going to be a great show, and that's really cool that you're doing that. And there's the name of the show. Joe popped it up there. So Swartz, Talking Sports. Tony from Quick Tech Solutions right here from our channel is producing that show, and that's really cool that he is here joining us. Great to have all of you tonight. It was great to have Adam pop in. Go over to Adam's site, check out MixFX. If you've never used MixFX, I talked about it a few weeks ago. It is such a great tool. So go check it out. I can roll the outro if I wanted to from here using my macros, and that's what I'm going to do here in just a second. But thank you so much for joining me in the live show. Thank you so much for checking out our videos here on the channel. Hit the like button. I hope that you will, if you haven't already, and you're watching this. Oh, that's not the right disc. I'm glad I did that. Let's go back to me and a logo. I changed disc earlier. I got to pop in the right disc here. So hopefully my outro video is gonna play here. Let's see if the subscribe plays. There it goes. So if you haven't subscribed to the channel, please subscribe. You'll learn things like MixFX and other things here on the channel. Hit the like. I really appreciate it. Ring the bell if you want alerted when I go live or I post the videos. And again, I have a whole bunch of shorts going up this week, setting up all under a minute, setting up the Foldio kit. So if you want to see how quick it sets up and all the different pieces as it goes together, check out those videos. I am Keith. This is Live Journey Production Studios, and I am going to push my macro button here under macros and MixFX, and it says right here, intro, outro video. So I will see you all next week. Peace. Be safe.